Now, you guys study these guys like crazy when it comes to the draft. Broadus and Walchuk. But now after the draft, you know who your team has, and you can go start peeking at some of these guys and just see what we're working with here.
Sure.
And the one guy I've really done that with is Marist Liufau.
Yeah.
Notre Dame linebacker.
Yeah.
And this is the guy they take with that second, third round pick that they had pick 87 after Cooper Beebe goes off the board and Walchuk throws a huge giant Cooper Beebe Blastoise party.
Hell yeah.
We're wondering, okay, are they going to take that running back? There's speedster running backs with low mileage from Tennessee and USC just sitting right there for the taking. Do you want to add that juice? They say no. They go get the linebacker. Okay, I mean, a relative need right there for sure. You go watch this player, and I'm seeing the numbers today, but I watched the film over the course of the last couple of days. Did not come away impressed from the film. I'm looking and going, what is it exactly that they see this guy? I know there's the versatility in theory with, okay, he's playing on the edge here. He's playing as a more traditional off-ball linebacker there. Okay, he's blitzing. Mike Zimmer likes to do some of that especially that double A gap stuff with his linebackers. So, I understand why they would see, okay, but I just don't think he was necessarily good at any of it. It was like, okay, yeah, he got a sack off the edge. That's a coverage sack. Okay, thank you. But you're seeing the grades that come out of the percentiles. This is Pro Football Focus's advanced stats on where this dude falls in line from a percentile standpoint. And so you'll see a couple of things, his coverage grade is in the 98th percentile.
Yeah.
It's probably his best attribute.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the two games I watched, Duke and Louisville from this season, you see him in coverage, but it's not like they're asking him to do a lot. It's like, hey, inside guy's coming, you let him go, see what's crossing behind you. Let's do a little hook to curl situation. Anytime he was man to man on the running back was doing nothing, not really challenging him. So it wasn't like I got to see him put in tough situations in coverage and making plays. But apparently he's pretty good at that. The box coverage grade was good, so the coverage linebacker stuff pretty good. But the run defense grade, 37th percentile. His run stop percentage, 3rd percentile. And his missed tackle percentage, 7th percentile. Which is not good. You want to be in those 98, 99 percentiles. That's okay, you're really, really good at whatever this particular skill is. But when it comes to being a linebacker, you're in the 37th percentile in just general run defense grade. You're 3rd percentile in run stop percentage, you're a linebacker. And you're 7th percentile in, when it comes to missed tackle percentage, you're a linebacker. And that's all on film. You're watching him miss tackles left and right, the speed, getting beat to the edge. And it's he made a couple of plays here and there, but he doesn't have the instincts to make up for the fact that I would look at him and say you're a little bit heavy footed here. So that's my evaluation of him. But seeing the percentiles of him, the run stop percentage and the missed tackle percentage, and that's on tape, dude. So I don't know if that evaluation is the way that you guys sort of saw it, but this is the most questionable selection of the draft in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that's a high-energy player. The testing, we know that. He's not exactly a guy that runs super fast. He didn't even test well at the combine. But the things that is there, to me, is, the field awareness. I mean, you mentioned it there with, knowing when to pass off into the zone coverage.
Mm-hmm.
The coverage ability is really good. I think he does do a good job of recognizing combos. I did think some of the games that I watched, a couple different ones than the ones that you saw there, he can blitz. He is an effective blitzer, and he has some timing there. But, yeah, there are some times you will see him take some poor angles or miss some tackles. He's not a perfect player by any means.
Yeah, I think there's times where you see him, he's super aggressive in some of the ways he plays. I watched different games than you did, Chief. But the thing about him is that the tackling aspect of it, I agree. There's some hit and miss with this guy. You will see him wrap up in space and get outside and wrap up the USC tried to run a get to the outside on him, a quick back. He was able to step up, tackle in space. And then maybe 2-3 plays later, you see him miss a tackle. I think at 6'2", 234, he's probably as big as he's going to be here. The thing about is that this guy was selected a lot, I think, because of Paul Gunther, a coach, Mike Zimmer's guy. Paul and Mike have been together forever, and Paul understands what Mike needs to play in this scheme. And Mike's always been one of those guys that if you said, okay, if you give me a linebacker, he has to have some instincts. And the fact that I think Gunther was fighting for this guy, for Mike, I think he probably feels like he does show a little bit better instincts than maybe what we're looking at himself. So I thought I had him in the 5th round myself. Okay, that was where he was on my board. But I understand, like, with the coaches, sometimes they see fits that we don't see.
For sure. You got to give him that.
See, I'm not, again, coaches aren't always right. Trust me. I've been with coaches that have been damn wrong about players. But the thing about it is, sure, this was the one point in the draft where I would have taken the runner. I had other linebackers I think I would have taken over this guy. But to them, they see this as a fit. I mean, to a man, we were interviewing Scott McCurley. We were interviewing the scouts.
Yeah.
Every one of them was just ecstatic about having a player. So that's going to be on them, is, okay, but Paul Gunther, Scott McCurley, scouts that Brett Maxey, guys like that went and saw this guy, they made that determination. But I don't disagree with you in some of the things that you're talking about with the play.
The tackling, certainly. I mean, he is kind of a rally and chase type of, help tackle guy. And in that regard, but they stress the special teams aspect of him as well.
That's what I looked at. I'm like, I think you just drafted a nice special teams player, and with the new special teams rules with the kickoffs and stuff, I mean, that there's certainly potentially going to be some value there. And I have no reason to believe that Zimmer and Gunther can't get the most out of this dude. So hopefully I'm dead balls wrong on him.
No, Mike is very specific about the type of linebacker he wants. If you're a smaller or shorter guy, you have to play with instincts. Dexter Coakley. You can't be a short linebacker and play for Mike and not have instincts. No, this guy's not short, but Mike is really, really, really big on that. And they obviously feel like that he's got better instincts than maybe what we're seeing. Like I said, I had him in the 5th round myself, and there were several. Matter of fact, there's a linebacker at Penn State,
Curtis Jacobs, who went very late.
He didn't go at all.
Oh, he went undrafted.
He went undrafted, and that's what I'm saying. So they had some guys that, as I'm looking at it right now on my board, I felt like that Jacobs was a better player and went undrafted. So
I had Muasau from UCLA.
So
I had instinctive player. I had him graded higher.
Notre Dame had another linebacker named Bertrand.
The Rams got him?
Yeah, it was. I believe you're absolutely right. The Rams. But he went later. I felt like that Bertrand was a better player than this guy. So there's 2 or 3 of these guys but they thought a completely different thing than what we think as the media scouts, and they're either going to be proven right on it or proven wrong.
Yeah, and somebody in the 903 points out during the secret audio there, the last thing that Zimmer had said was, you really sold me when you told me what everyone was doing on the defense.
Smart guy.
So
he's really
getting
smart.
him on
he's
the
a
board,
green dot type of dude.
Yeah. So
especially losing Van Der Esch, you need that. You need in position, you need discipline, and if you're going to choose one to draft. And this is what made me think it was a Will McClay pick, but apparently Zimmer signed off on it. You want the coverage. You can figure out how to stop the running game, At linebacker, if you can get that tackling part solved, a guy at that size that can defend in the passing game all the different positions or what you're going to ask him to do is a massive chess piece, especially a super high football IQ one.
Now, he's an off-ball linebacker. That's what this guy is. And you're right. There's some things that he is not perfect. No. And when he was picked, it was a surprise.
We were all surprised.
We were all surprised, but they do the legwork on these guys. And so that's, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one because to me, like I said, I saw him a different way. You saw him a different way. The metrics tell you he's not a very good football player. That's what the metrics tell you.
At least from a run defense standpoint.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's what the testing source tell you he's not like a great athlete either.
And that shows up on tape. 254 says, diehard Notre Dame fan, season ticket holder. I can say that Liufau wasn't even the best linebacker on the team.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Was disappointed in the pick.
See, that's what I'm saying. Bertrand, to me, I had Bertrand higher. I think Bertrand's a better player. But like I said, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. I would have probably gone a couple of different directions. I had Lloyd and Wright, the running backs, in the 3rd round on my board. And that's me being selfish. And they don't give a damn what we think. They really don't. We'll see. The kid might turn out to be a really good football player.
They have failed time and time again at linebacker, though. Yeah. I mean, all of these guys, they can't play.
They've had some struggles.
We need
there.
Zimmer and his guy to have the eye.
Yeah. Paul Gunther. I think Paul Gunther sold this one. I think that's the one. He sold it to Mike that, hey, this is the type of guy that we can play with and win with.
And you got to hope the NFL bloodlines, like Puka Nacua is his cousin, so he's got family members in the league that have made it. So, hopefully he pans out.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, it's Overshown and Liufau taking over this linebacker spot and being dominant dudes, and you see how much that helps these teams and these defenses right now. So if that's going to be the case and it's going to be a home run, and I'll be eating that crow like a mofo.